Hi, coming up next, my explanation for why this channel exists, talking about some trades on last week that did really well, and the conclusion of the G20 summit, and more. This is going to be a quick one, folks, so buckle up.
David Lincoln Productions.
And first of all, I want to apologize to anybody who was sort of offended by that last video making fun of some other YouTubers. It was supposed to be kind of comedic, so don't get offended by it, please. My point in having this channel is to hopefully give people some ideas to make money. B, to try to inform and entertain people. And C, to hopefully build up enough of a following so that I don't have to work these pesky side jobs. So, in that vein, let's talk first about the G20 summit. Oh, and before that, actually, let me recommend some TV. I've started watching the show Homecoming, which is really cool. Julia Roberts. I also saw A Star is Born with Lady Gaga, which was a touching movie and just incredibly talented, that woman. So I recommend those ones. I'm also watching The Little Drummer Girl that just came out. So check those out if you want to watch some cool TV. So G20 summit. Well, it ended with the U.S. and China making a deal to set back the tariffs, and that's great news for the market. Market is currently the futures are currently bid up for the E-minis, the Nasdaq, and the Dow futures, and the futures for the VIX are currently way down. Front month future in the VIX 1650. Wow, we haven't seen 1650 in a while. And so on and so forth. So if things continue like they are now, we should see a higher open tomorrow. So it was 3 days of the Condor for me last week. I ended up putting a trade on called a Condor. If you don't know what that is, I'm going to explain it right now. I basically had a situation where in UVXY, I needed UVXY to stay above 53 and below 57, and as long as it stayed between expired between those two prices on Friday, then I was a winner. And I put that on trade on Wednesday, thus the 3 days of the Condor. Now, it was an iron Condor I had on, and I came in Friday morning, and we were right between those two prices, UVXY trading 55, and I bid at the midpoint and took the trade off for 26 cents, which turned out to be a nice winner. And good thing I took it off, because at the end of the day, we did smoke through that 53 strike and go a lot lower. Turns out a little bit through the day, after I took off that trade, I bought a put spread. I bought the 14 December 54.53 put spread, paying 60 cents, which was sort of paying up at the time. UVXY was 53 and change, and I bought that December 54.53 put spread. Fortunately, things went my way, and UVXY headed lower almost immediately from there. It went from around that 54 level all the way down to 51.70, so dropped a few bucks, at which point I flattened out my delta by selling the same month, that 14 December. I sold the 47.48 put spread. So I initially bought the December 54.53 put spread with stock up around 54, paying 60 cents. Then stock dropped, or you can call it stock. I know it's not a stock, it's a ETP, but I just use that as shorthand. It dropped 54 down to 51 and change, and I sold the 47.48 put spread against it for 40 cents average to leg into, once again, another Condor variation, a put Condor. And so that was a great trading day for me. And I have some room here So now I need it basically a week and change from now for UVXY to be between 48 and 53. So similar to last week, but just kind of rolled down a little lower. And I think I will bid below the market for that to take it off anytime I can. Looks like tomorrow, if things continue the way they are, we could go through the 48 strike tomorrow. But anyhow, the other thing that I have going is I am long Afria, kind of big time. I did put a long on both in options and just long shares with Afria around where it is, the 789, 785, somewhere around there, $8 a little bit area. And I am long that one. I have been playing Afria for a while now, so that's exciting. We'll see what happens. I like to see the market up, but MJ stocks are very volatile, so there's no telling what could happen. The market could rally and they could go down. In fact, they seem to be acting opposite the market lately. But I just feel like they've taken a pretty big plunge. I read an interesting article saying that the pump and dumpers are out of the MJ stocks, and now they have to kind of stand on their own feet based on their financials, and that I think it said that Afria around $8 was valuating the company at around $2 billion, which is a lot of money considering that their earnings are pretty small right now, and they've just basically just starting to ramp up production. But we'll just have to see. Like I said, this industry is very volatile. It's been down a lot of days in a row, though, and I'm just looking for a little bit of a bounce here in the MJs. Anyway, to the third part of my goals, which is to try to build my channel so that it can be kind of a full-time gig and I don't have to do the side jobs. I have had some great growth this month in Patreon and in AdSense and people watching, and I really appreciate that. I do not have like a chat room that I sell or lessons or anything like that. I rely entirely on people either just watching my videos with the ad blocker not on or just donating like $5 from Patreon. So I'm not trying to have some big cash grab from anybody, but if you can afford $5, then all I need is a small fraction of my audience to pay that $5 a month, and I'll be golden because my expenses are pretty low. And so if you can go to Patreon and give $1, $2, whatever, that's awesome. And if not, that's awesome too, because I just like coming online and talking to people. I have a big interview coming up on Wednesday. I'm not going to talk about it till after it comes out, more than that. But yeah, check out Homecoming. It's a good one. Check out A Star Is Born. And I'm looking forward to the hype around Game of Thrones coming in April. So thanks for watching. Exciting week ahead. We'll see how much of a bounce we actually get in the market, how much follow through we get to the upside here. But right now, futures up. E-minis up 47. NASDAQ futures up 149. That's a big up. And Dow futures up 468. So stuff is bid right now, my friends, as we come into the Monday morning. Stuff is bid right now. As I always say on a Sunday night, doesn't mean that much. Stuff can change a lot overnight. So take it with a grain of salt if it's going against you right now. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Good luck trading tomorrow. Talk to you later.